Ahoy, everybody. How are we doing today? I'm sure we are filled with great information and all kinds of insights, maybe so much that it's overwhelming, but make sure to know that overwhelm is solved by just picking one or two things that you hear today and actually implementing them. So today, I'm excited to share with you a quick little insight into how I think you can approach the metaverse, because in all actuality, that is actually what we're talking about today. So if you don't know me, my name is Ryan Foland, and I am a speaker, I am an author, and I am a ginger. Now, for those of you who don't know what a ginger is, it's my red hair and my freckles, and it's something that I was actually made fun of for as a kid, but I've reclaimed that title, and I now am very proud of it. But I'm even more proud of a name that I got while I was speaking in Ghana, and that's the Bra Kwikwe Ginger. Move out of the way there. So think of me as a brother, think of me as a mentor, and think of me as somebody who might have a little bit more energy than the normal person. So today we're going to talk about the concept of a highlight reel, REAL, specifically when it comes to the metaverse. Now, I believe that is the theme for today, and so I am going to bridge the gap between the real world and the metaverse. It's confusing enough of how to show up and how to present yourself in the real world. Add to that the fact that you can take on any persona that you want, or be any avatar that you want, or do your hair in any way instantly that you want. Even today, I've got a little bit of green here for you, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still challenging to know and feel comfortable how you're going to actually show up. So let's talk about the highlight reel. Now, let me move out of the way. Let's see. Let me shrink down here for a second, actually. Whoop. And then let me move down, down. Oh, other way. And then down, down, down. All right. So if you think about it, we might have all heard of this idea of a highlight reel, and we see it in the movies. It's the little short movie that's the teaser. If you're watching a highlight reel of an event like the Haiti Tech Summit or any of the other awesome summits that are put on, you get all of the good stuff. It's just handpicked and it's delivered so that you can enjoy it. But the problem is that this sets an unbalance when it comes to what happens in real life. And we oftentimes see this on social media, where essentially we are posting all of our best photos. And you know what that looks like? It means taking a whole bunch of photos and then picking and sharing just the good stuff. It's when you're looking at somebody else's Instagram feed and you're like, oh my gosh, they live the most amazing life. I have the most FOMO. They must be super successful. They must be super happy. They must have it all together. Now I feel that much worse about myself, and I'm not making enough money, and I don't look as good as I want to look, and I'm not happy. And it just becomes this crazy cycle where the highlight reel, I don't think it's really the right way to go about it. Now, just because it's not the right way doesn't mean that we still default to that, or that we see it and we feel like that's the way that we have to emulate. And so I think that if people try to approach social media and or their appearance, their persona into the metaverse, then it's really a highlight reel. Because essentially what we're trying to do when we just share the good stuff is that we're just trying to get people to like us. And it's good to get people to like us. I'm not saying it's not. But if you just try to impress people and try to have them like you, then you're missing a huge part of the equation. Because how is somebody going to actually like you if they don't really understand who you are? And so when you help people get to know you, it gives them the chance of whether or not they like you. And you know what? If somebody doesn't like you, that's totally okay. Not everyone has to like you. But there's something nice about when somebody gets to know you and then they do like you. That is what sets the foundation for trust. And at the end of the day, If you want to find success, you have to become a trustworthy person. If you want to get referral business, you have to be someone who the person referring you to actually trusts. So I think we don't focus enough on how important that trust is when it comes to our relationships in the real world, online, and in the metaverse. So I just want to remind us all that we can't download trust. I am yet to find an NFT or a skin as an NFT in any type of metaverse that instantly earns me trust. And so as we dive into the metaverse, I want us to keep this in mind because what happens in real life is that we take on these different personas. Maybe you're one way when you get to meet with Christine, you're like, oh, I'm going to meet with Christine. And then maybe when it's with your kids, you're like, that's just my kids. And then maybe your husband or your wife or your partner, it's something different. Maybe for a job opportunity, you dress differently. Maybe when you're meeting somebody new, you put on your best face. And so if you imagine the visual, when you look in the mirror, what version of yourself are you going to bring to the table? And we deal with that every day. But once we step into the metaverse, it becomes a lot more complicated. Because if anybody has tried to set up their avatar, then maybe you feel my pain because you're like, wait, what does my hair look like? No, what do I want my hair to look like? Wait, how are my eyes? No, wait, how do I want my eyes to look? So for the first time, this metaverse is giving us an opportunity to be anyone we want. But I want to caution you that that is dangerous because I believe that you should focus on having a highlight REAL. And this is who you really are. So if you're looking for what avatar to be who you are. And if something is an avatar that represents how you feel and how you want to be seen, then that's fine. But make it a genuine and real connection with who you are. I call this process ditching the act, to ditch the act and to be yourself. And it's just as important in the metaverse as it is in the real world. It means having your real voice, and it means showing up as who you are. And I will remind you that in the metaverse, just like in the real world, people will ask you, what do you do? And the answer to that question helps them get to know you. So don't try to give them an answer that they think they want to hear. Give them an answer that's true to who you are and help them get to know you. When you keep things simple, they become powerful. And the more you talk, the less people listen. And the less you talk, the more people ask questions. So look at the metaverse as an extension of reality. Look at the metaverse as a way to be more of yourself. Look at the metaverse as a chance to help people get to know who you are. Because at the end of the day, the best person you can be is you. And let me wrap this up here to cover all the bases. In the metaverse, here is the deal. Let me give it to you real. The key to connection is to learn to be real because you are not perfect and neither am I. And that is the exact reason that we see eye to eye. Everybody's different, but we are all the same. To be perfectly imperfect is how you win the game in the metaverse. The idea here is to be real and true to yourself. So look at the metaverse as a chance to be more you than you can ever imagine. Because at the end of the day, I'm just here to remind you that you don't have to be anyone but yourself in the metaverse. That's what I've got for you today. I know we're working through some quick keynotes here, but this is just a taste of what I love sharing with people. And it's really about being your authentic self. So if you take anything away from my little talk here, it's that the metaverse is a chance for you to be you.